we need to be slightly kinder towards each other. I think it gets so dark, and it's only rock and roll. You know what I mean? Chill out.
Till she's taking you home.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Alex Alicia, and tonight I am joined on Zoom by the wonderful singer-songwriter and hair god Nathan James of Inglorious.
Thank you very much for having me again.
Oh, it's absolutely my pleasure, and you can keep the hair god title if you would like. Just
I will-
Ninja King.
I will love. Yeah, I mean, it seems like that's all I'm good for during lockdown is growing my hair. So yeah,
It's
I'll
definitely
take
longer.
It's definitely longer and thick. Yeah, thick. I don't know. I'm not drying it so much, and I've got a new shampoo. So
Oh, okay, a bit of promotion there. Well, it's been 7 or 8 months since we last chatted. It was June 2020, and that time has literally flown by. I'm sure it has for you because you've been so busy. But since we last spoke, how have you been getting on? Because obviously we've been back and forth in these lockdowns, haven't we? And we were in one last time. So how have you been getting on?
Okay. Obviously, last time we spoke was just after we recorded the new album.
Yeah.
So now it's mad to think that it's actually coming out. Like, this whole process takes so long. But yeah, really, I'm okay. I'm in a much better place than I was last year. I really struggled a lot last year, and this year I feel a bit more positive because I have something to look forward to, which is obviously the release of the album. So yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, it's great to hear from you and that you're well as well, because like I know last year you were saying you're like quite really stuck in the monotony of like not being able to go out and do anything, and I know you were isolating as well with your family at the farm. So are you still there? Are you still doing kind of the same thing at the minute?
Yeah, still doing it. We're all here together at the minute. Not my brothers and their families, obviously, but yeah, just our family unit is all together. My grandma, who lives here as well, she just had her COVID jab like on Friday, so
Oh, wow.
that's exciting.
Oh, that's
that's
nice.
good news. Hopefully my parents will get it next, and then we'll be able to back to some sort of normality. That's what we're
Oh.
after.
Oh wow, that's amazing. And actually you're the first person that I've met that knows someone who's had their vaccination, so that's really cool.
Oh,
Spread it.
really?
Yeah. I don't know anyone in my family or
so exciting.
yeah.
It's so exciting for me. Like, I think that like that is what we're holding out for. In order for us all to get back to gigging and going and seeing live music,
Yeah.
we need this thing. We need this jab. So yeah, I'm thrilled that she's got it.
I've always been curious, but why music as a career? Why did you decide to choose music?
Honestly, singing is the only thing I'm good at. Literally, I am crap at everything else, and I mean awful. I'm just all right at things. I knew from a very young age, from like when I was 10, that I had some sort of natural ability for it. And
Yeah.
obviously, I worked on it over the years, but I love the feeling it gives me when I do it. I love the actual art of singing. I'm obsessed with it. I think it's amazing. And yeah, as I said, there's literally nothing else I could do. When Rishi said retrain, I was like, I have no hope. Retrain. Like that. That's it. Like I'd have to. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do anything. Nowhere would I'd be useless. I've had a singing teacher since the time I was about 13, 14.
Yeah.
And I still see the same singing teacher today. So I feel like I'm constantly learning. Also, our knowledge about the voice is changing all the time. You know, like new science, like with anything, becomes available to find things out about this little tiny thing in our throat that's the size of a 5p that I put all my stress and all my career on. You know, it's so small, the vocal cords. So yeah, it's fascinating. She's taught me loads, and one thing that I'm really thankful with her is that the stamina. Like I feel like I can sing every night and sing correctly and know that I can get through a show even if I'm ill. So yeah, I'm really thankful for that, and very, very lucky that my parents spotted very early on that I wanted to do singing, and that if I was going to do it as a career, I needed to look after my voice properly.
Yeah, and of course you repay the favour as well now for other people because you're still doing the vocal lessons, which seem really successful. I know they were kind of just starting out when we last spoke, so I've seen you've had a lot of students.
Yes, a lot of students. I've scaled it down a bit now, so I only do it a couple of days a week because it was so overwhelming, and I like the idea now of that I really know my singers. So I've got some really great students who I really like teaching, and I'm really going on journeys with them. They're great, actually. I've got, if they're watching, David, Sam, Alison, Rizal, like all my kind of like core ones have just been so great, and I really do love teaching them.
What's she thinking? Any moment she will feast her eyes. Medusa will find you and terrorize.
You got a new doggo! And I just want to say, while we're plugging stuff, can you give away Ozzy's Instagram?
Yes! Ozzy, the Pop of Darkness, has his own Instagram.
Love it.
Ozzy _of _darkness. And he's got like 560 followers. He's doing all right. Like, he's doing so, and he's super cute, right? So yeah, I love him to pieces. Actually, it's so weird. Yesterday, I tweeted a picture of him and Dean Castronova from the Good Daisies, all those bands. Journey was like, dude, I've got a Frenchie too. He's called Louis Vuitton.
Love these names. You've got to, haven't you? My cat is called Six after Nikki Sixx and Motley Crue. It's called Six Ledoux Heavens. So every animal's got to have a cool name. Brand new album is going to be released on the 12th of February. It is called We Will Ride. And currently you have 2 singles out. We'll get to talk about those in a minute, but I just want to speak to you a little bit about your producer of the album, because it's your first producer on a full-length Inglorious record, isn't it, that you had?
He is amazing. He's been so crucial to the sound of this album. We wrote the songs all last year and then took him demos and were like, okay, well, this is what we've got. And he really loved what we were doing, which was kind of cool, because then there's respect there, like we came to him because we love his work, and he originally wanted to work with us because he liked what we were doing. Just almost enhanced it. And I said actually to someone earlier, like, now it's like Inglorious on speed or something. Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's just everything's enhanced and heightened, and the guitars are bigger, the drums are bigger, my vocals have got just more, they're more expressive. There's more lows and highs, and it's just a lot more balanced and intense. And that's all to do with him. His understanding of like sonics and stuff just makes this album unlike anything we've done before. It sounds super fresh and modern, but still influenced by those classic bands that people know us for, like.
Yeah. Talking about the 2 singles that you've got out, She Won't Let You Go and Medusa, you obviously have released the She Won't Let You Go first, Medusa second, and I was just wondering, is there a reason for the order in which you're releasing these tracks? Is there like a message behind it or anything like that?
We've done is the first 3 singles from the album are the first 3 tracks on the album. So when people go to listen to it, it's not really done intentionally, but when people go to listen to the album on that first day, they will have heard those singles, which is pretty cool, So there will be some familiarity there when they listen. And also, I just think the songs say different things about us. So She Won't Let You Go, for instance, says we still sound like Inglorious, but it's just way more full on than before. Also, we've still got great guitar riffs, we've still got big vocals, we've still got an awesome guitar solo. We're just ticking lots of boxes with that single. The second one is kind of different. So Medusa kind of says to people, oh, there we go. There's that classic like early Whitesnake vibe that I absolutely adore. It was co-written by Joel Hoekstra, who's in Whitesnake. So it kind of just, again, we're ticking boxes. We're telling people that we're still here. We're still influenced by the same things, but it just sounds a little bit different and slightly more polished.
Another late night altercation. She won't stop till she's taking you home.
You released the really like isolated vocal of you as well, didn't you? That's like a little like teasing people of what's to come in the studio stuff. And I watched that, and your voice in that is it's incredible, Nathan. It's really, really, really incredible. What have the responses been like to stuff like that you've been, you know, releasing alongside the singles?
I just think it's important to show people like how it's done and like really take it apart. So that's something that maybe when people are listening to the song when it comes out, that's off the song We Will Ride, which is the final song on the album, and obviously the title of the album.
Yeah.
When they're listening to that song now, they can listen out for that in the chorus and go, oh my God, that's those vocals there. And it just gives people a bit of an insight into the world, and you can hear just how many layers there are, because Romesh and me put more harmonies on this album than ever before on an Inglorious record. So when you hear them isolated like that, it's so cool to think like, it might be someone's worst nightmare, but there's like 10 Nathans singing, you know, like, instead of one. So yeah, I think it sounds great. I'm really proud of it, and it's just something fun to show the fans. People are so bored at home at the minute. I want to try and give them more information. And the same reason why I'm doing interviews with people like Joel on our YouTube channel, to try and get that kind of like feeling where they feel involved in this album as much as we were.
Yeah, I think that's great, and you know, to like give a little bit of like recognition to the people that are working behind the scenes is really cool for people to be able to see. I do think, especially with like those little clips of you in the studio with the band, really cool, because it makes you feel like you're there. Do you know what I mean? So I'm sure people respond to that in that way. And I know that also with that, you've kind of teased online as well about a mini kind of documentary. Is that to come? Is that definite, do you think?
Would not be yet. We've actually got something else going on, which is quite a big deal. Obviously, this whole time is supposed to be talking about this album and us pushing this album. But we start recording our next album next month.
Right, okay. That's intense. Although, obviously, if it was last year and we're so delayed, that's obviously why, isn't it?
So we're trying to, we're getting into the studio next month to record something, and it's a bit different. I'm not going to tell everyone the premise of it, but it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool concept, and yeah, I can't wait to do that.
Okay.
And also I've got the Michael Sweet, Joel Hoekstra, Tommy Aldrich, Marco Mendoza project that I'm working on as well. So that I'm going to start up in the spring recording vocals for as well. So it's a busy time for me, which I'm so happy, because last year there was nothing going on apart from recording the album.
Yeah, of course, big change, but and fingers crossed that everything goes ahead for you this time round and it's not delayed and pushed back like We Will Ride was.
Yeah, I really just want everyone to get this jab so we can, oh goodness, so we can just go back to going to gigs. And I'm a fan like of music, like not just an artist. So I miss going to gigs. Me and my friends like going to see everyone. I had tickets to see Lady Gaga. I had tickets to see all these bands, you know, that I have front row tickets to see Alanis Morissette.
Oh, really?
Like my idol. I love her. Yeah. And it's all been moved. It's just so annoying. So fingers crossed we'll be able to get out there again, and I want to hug people. God, I miss.
You just mentioned Gaga, that really sparked something, because I saw online the other day, you do make me laugh online quite often, you know, with your content and the things that you post sometimes. And I saw over Christmas you were singing bits of Oliver, the Oliver soundtrack, because I think we were watching the film at the same time. And it was cracking me up, because every time the advert came on, I was like on my phone and I was like, oh, Nathan's singing what we've just been watching. So there was that. And then obviously the Biden inauguration that happened in the week, you were posting like minute by minute updates, weren't you, on your socials? But I love the one where you was like, oh, Gaga looks amazing. But then the other one where you were on about J-Lo miming.
It's only because a load of my friends are singers, right? Are very accomplished singers, kept tweeting, did J-Lo just out-sing Gaga? And I was like, sing? She wasn't singing. That was no way she was singing. Like, oh my God, it was ridiculous. It was a windy day and she was singing in a microphone and it was perfect, pitch perfect. There's no way she's that accomplished of a singer. I'm sorry.
No, and miming for you, if you see it, does it initially make you angry? Like, you know, as a singer and a performer yourself, see people doing that? Yeah.
Yeah, it does. Like, and I know, like, genuinely, there's lots of people. My family will often turn around to me and go, "Is she miming?" Because they know I know.
Yeah.
Like, I've mimed one job in my whole life, and it's still like makes me ashamed. It was the closed show live in Birmingham.
Right.
I've sung on the like stage there in a fashion show with these. There was like 20 models walking up and down, and I was singing "Sweet Child of Mine" in the middle.
Oh
But I
no.
had to sing "Sweet Child of Mine" on the hour, every hour,
Every
nine,
hour.
9 times a day for a week.
Okay, fair
Right?
enough.
So by the second day, I was like, ugh. My voice was so exhausted. No one should sing that much. Singing isn't like that. You sing for like 2 hours a day of an evening, maybe. And I was singing the first one at 9 in the morning and the last one at 5 at night.
Oh my goodness.
And I remember thinking, what's going on? So by the third day, I said to the dude, I was like, record this next one. I'm miming. I was like, I'm not getting paid enough to literally ruin to bleed from my throat. Like, it was so intense. And yeah, I felt like I'd robbed people, even though they weren't there to be me. So I wouldn't do that to anyone. It does bother me.
Yeah.
I've seen a few big artists do it, but yeah, like the proper ones, my heroes don't. Alanis Morissette, for instance, I saw that was the last gig I went to last February in Amsterdam. And I was in the second row, and she was acoustic, and she sung the whole of Jagged Little Pill, note for note, like
wow.
perfect vocal.
Yeah.
So there's no excuse really. And Glenn Hughes doesn't mime, and he's like at least twice my age, you know. So there's no excuse.
Yeah. That's what you've been up to in lockdown, as well as the album and all the releases. Nathan's been putting the world to rights online.
There's a surprise. I don't like hearing a singer where it feels like you're worried for them, and when you're worried whether or not they're going to hit the note. I want it to be so comfortable that it looks like they're taking a shit. Do you know what I mean? It should look so relaxed, and you shouldn't be looking like you're dying. And people used to say I used to look smug when I sing a high note, because I used to sing a high note and like smile.
Yeah.
But genuinely, to me, that stuff's easier to do than the low stuff. So you have to have that kind of confidence in your instrument and also ability. You have to have great stage presence. You have to be a big character. Someone once told me successful musicians should be almost like cartoon characters. They should be ridiculous. And I think there's some sense in that. Axl Rose is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Freddie Mercury was ridiculous. You know?
She's got a nasty reputation. She sees you, she won't let you go.
The current era of Inglorious. What do you think is special about the current era?
What I'm trying to promote nowadays is there is room at the musical table for everyone. Like, no matter who you are and what your style is, as long as it's good and you're not miming, there is room for you at the table. And the same with fans. Like, I think fans need to understand that you don't just have to love one band. You can love multiple bands, and you can. Yeah, there's just we need to be slightly kinder towards each other. I think it gets so dark, and it's only rock and roll. Do you know what I mean? Chill out. So yeah, I'd say that's kind of what I'm about right now. But this lineup in particular is different from previous ones in that there's so much respect for each other, which there never really has been before.
Right.
And it's so much fun. I've never had this much fun in my life.
Wow.
I'm happy. Anyone that's worked with me, especially like management and PR and everything, will say that the last couple of years I have been a happier person. I've been so happy. I feel like I've got support from the guys. I feel like I don't feel like it's all on me, which is what previously I kind of felt.
Yeah.
And I feel like we're a real team. And even at the minute, we're working on this new album, and we've got 1,000 different band WhatsApp groups for like different things.
Yeah.
And every day people are in there so proactive and focused on making this album a great release, and also this next one to be great. So yeah, and that pressure was all on the boys, you know, because they had to replace people.
Yeah.
So they had big shoes to fill. I've always said that about the previous members. They were incredible musicians. So the boys have big shoes to fill, and it's so nice now reading reviews like glowing about these boys, because I knew that was going to happen, and it's so nice that other people are seeing it now.
Yeah, definitely. I've seen all the response online to you guys, and it's really been taken off. And like every time I open my Twitter page, because I follow you guys, I just see all the amazing comments that like always at the top of the like page of like, oh, this is great, oh, shall I put this on, and requesting it on radio stations and stuff like that, which must be awesome for you guys, to see.
Oh yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing to kind of be back on the other radio stations, etc. And I've got some cool stuff coming up. I'm doing I can't even say, but I'm doing quite a cool thing on Radio 2 soon. So
okay,
that's super exciting for me. Like we've never had this reaction to an album before. Also, the biggest rock magazine have done a lot for us. We won a poll on Classic Rock Magazine's website for best single of the week or something. So
yeah,
super. It's just a good time. I'm really happy. The boys are happy. We just now want to get this album out, get it charting, get people talking about rock in the mainstream again.
Yeah.
I think if enough people care and they buy it, people will have to stop ignoring it. There's a great Facebook group that you must be a part of, the New Wave of Classic Rock Facebook group.
Yeah.
And I think they've got 20,000 members. So that's like 20,000 people across the world that love this genre and love exciting young bands. So to me, it seems bizarre that people would ever even claim that rock is dead, because it's really not. Like, people are still, our record label is still giving us money to make albums,
Yeah. This is
They're
great.
not throwing it down the drain. Do you know what I mean? There must be a reason to us why they're doing it.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely. And I never run out of anything for my playlist either. It's just constant stuff, constant new releases. I mean, last couple of Fridays ago was like the release day, wasn't it? There's so much stuff out. It was like around Medusa time. And I was literally like, what? There's so much stuff to play, which is really great. And obviously on the positive note that you just had there about the band, the members and stuff, I think on a final note, have you got a message that you would like to send out to everybody right now who may be watching, who, have supported your band throughout and who are really loving the new music and hoping to see you again soon?
Yeah, just thank you, really. I've been overwhelmed with the reviews so far from this album, and I really hope everyone loves it, because we knew it had to be good, and it's so nice to see people like actually enjoying it all. The other thing I'll say is, if you like a band and you love a band, not just our band, any band, but especially in the kind of new wave of classic rock scene, support them in whatever way you can. If you stream an album and you really enjoy it, go and buy it on their website, because at the minute, all us young bands are in the same position where we're not able to gig, and that's how we earn our money. So the big millionaires, the big bands of this world that have enjoyed their year off, that's great. We needed this year. All the and I'm talking about all the bands on our kind of level.
Yeah.
If you care about a band and you love a band, just go and buy a piece of merch, go and buy a CD, pre-order, do those things to help it, because ultimately that's the only way it's going to become back into the mainstream. Because if you want to see that RCD, or you want to see whoever, Massive Wagons, or you want to see Stone Broken CD sold in Tesco, you've got to go out and buy it.
Yes, of course.
It won't happen any other way.
Yeah.
And you become part of a movement, and I think that's really cool. It'd be so good to look back in 10 years' time and say that a load of these classic rock bands have got, I don't know, being played on like mainstream radio again. Like how cool would that be to know that your CD sale contributed to that kind of movement? I think it's really important.
Yeah, definitely. Well, Nathan, thank you so much for chatting to me once again. It's been an absolute pleasure, and thank you for all your lovely words of wisdom.
No, I'm sorry, and I'm so sorry on Twitter. As we all know, social media is a very weird place, but I try and keep it light and entertaining.
Oh, definitely. I know we spoke about this last time, didn't we? And you said it's really important to you that if something means something to you, you have to say it. And I respect that. I think that's a great quality to have.
Listen, if you don't like it, you don't have to read it. No one tells people to follow people. It doesn't happen automatically. There's a block button there for a reason. Use it whenever you need to.
Definitely. Right. Okay. Well, on that note, I shall let you go. But thank you again so much for chatting. It's been an absolute pleasure to do this again. So good luck with all of the stuff that you're got coming up with the other new album that people don't know about just yet, but it's exciting. And
also, good luck with your show and with this channel. I think it's really lovely talking to you, and I look forward to the next time.
Oh, thank you, Nathan. Right. Okay. Well, have a great evening, and I shall see you very soon. Bye.
Have a good one.
And